Hey, good morning. It's 2 o'clock again, and I can't sleep. So these are random 2 a.m. thoughts again. Our power was off at the house, and so my daughter and we went to rent a hotel. And so she's sleeping, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm just talking softly because I couldn't sleep, and God laid some things on my heart. The thing that He laid on my heart has to deal with prison ministry, how people make huge mistakes and it's not their heart, but they made the choice, but it's their situation, it's their lack of boundaries, it's their, I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is that it is only by the grace of God that we are not where they are, that we have been spared the life of maybe being on the streets, maybe being a child of parents who were addicted to drugs, or maybe we were in the foster care system. We weren't in the foster care system. I'm reading Foster, West Virginia. This is a shirt I have on tonight. And, you know, our system's broken. We know the world's broken. But I'm just very passionate about those who are broken, not just the homeless, but those who find themselves in prison, but even those who are in prison themselves. Like, you can be in poverty, you can be in a cage and not be free because you have imprisoned yourself with your way of thinking. You have imprisoned yourself with the choices you've made, the life you're living, the lies you're believing, and you're scared and you fear the unknown, and sometimes you don't even know the unknown. Sometimes you don't know truths and you don't know what it's like to be outside that cage. And so these random thoughts this morning that is causing me not to be able to sleep is that we need to do something about that. You know, when I worked at Tiger Morton this summer, so many kids said, "Miss Carter Smith, will you visit me? I don't have anybody. I don't have family. I don't have anybody that cares about me." And it truly broke my heart. And it stayed there. It stayed on my heart and stayed on my mind that if you have that passion and you have that love in your heart, we need to make a difference. We need to visit those people. We need to go into the jails and the prisons and the lockdown facilities and just get to know people. Doesn't matter that they're behind the wall of a jail cell and bars. God made everybody in His image. And that's just something that keeps playing over in my head over and over, is that He created everybody in His image. They have gifts, they have talents. They just don't know it. Like, nobody has spoke that to them. And they don't know who they are. And, you know, another word that just keeps playing in my head is to be real. To be real. And so the way that we prison ourselves in a cage, and I used to think I was that bird in a cage. I used to say that all the time. And I held the keys. Nobody else put me there. I put myself there, but I wasn't aware of putting myself there. But we need to be real. When we are real, so I keep hearing real, reveal, deal. Those words just keep going over and over in my head. In that, in order to walk in victory and walk in freedom, you have to get real. You have to deal with everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. You gotta quit lying to yourself, and you gotta just take it before the Lord and just tell him. He already knows, but you have to voice it. Like when you speak it out into existence, then it becomes open. And when something's open and in the light and no longer in the dark, then you can walk through it. You don't have to run from it anymore. When I listened to this message today, when the hurting heals you, that's kind of ironic. Those two don't even go together, hurting and heal, okay? But the message talked about how when you know the source of your hurt, it heals you. And that's true. When you are aware of the source of your pain and you address it and you walk through it and you deal with it, no matter what you have to do. You go to the AA meeting or go to Celebrate Recovery or go someplace, get a counselor, or talk to a friend and just open up all that stuff that you've been stuffing. Share it. When you share it, God takes it from the dark and he puts it in the light, and he can transform you by just being honest and real with him. And that's what you got to do. You got to get authentically real with him. There's no fear in that. Like, he loves you regardless. He's not going to quit loving you because you tell him something he already knows. Instead, it's like, oh, thank you for sharing that with me. Now we can deal with that. Now we can help you heal. So when you get real, you can heal. And guys, if any of you are burdened and passionate about the ministry, the prison ministry, or you know someone that's in prison, or you have a loved one that's there, and you would like for someone to visit them and talk to them, please reach out to me. I'm really burdened, and I don't know where the next is about that. I just know, I remember years ago I visited Alderson prison for women, and I sat in on a group of women and a talk, and I don't even remember what it was called, but I don't even know how I got clearance to do that, but I'm gonna reach out and try to get that clearance again. But I've always been passionate about the brokenhearted. One, because I've been so brokenhearted. And when you've been broken, you have compassion, you have empathy, and you see past the actions. Some people always say, well, their actions speak. No, really doesn't. People's actions aren't always their heart. They put up walls. They grow hard with pain. They lose hope. So heart, you may never know, because they won't share it with you. They've given up. They don't trust. And so actions don't always speak. And when someone does something, doesn't always tell you about their character, tells you about their brokenness. When you know why, when you don't judge, and when you try to understand, seek to understand people, it really opens your mind up to people, to their hearts. And I think that we're called to love everybody. And, Jesus did. And he didn't spend time with the Pharisees. He just spent time with the broken. And so when you love the least of these, and I want to leave you with that. I don't know where your heart is. I don't know what happens when you pass a homeless person on the street. I don't know if you look them in the eye. You should. But a lot of people don't. They're people too. They have a story. They have a story of brokenness. And many of them have mental illness. And, if you've ever suffered from any kind of mental illness, then you know you're not yourself. And definitely you're so misunderstood, and people don't know the real you. You might not even know the real you. So don't be so quick to judge, and lend a helping hand when you can. Give back. Give up your resources. Give up your time. Pray. We're all in this world together. And the Great Commission is restoring relationship with our God and bringing others to come to know him so that they can have an eternal home and be saved. And that's for all. Jesus died for all, not just some. And titles, they don't impress me anymore. There's some really smart people out there that don't have those titles. They have life circumstances, life education that gave them wisdom and God's wisdom. And so I don't care if you're the janitor or the president. I look at you the same. God made you, and you're special. Now, one comes with having more doors that can help you. So, getting to know everybody is the secret, because it's really in our circle of people that we know that God's given different platforms to different people. I always make it that I really become friends with the janitors and the cooks at school, not because of any selfish reasons, but one, they're people, and two, they service, and they provide great service, and we couldn't live without them. They're extremely gifted in what they do, and I really appreciate them. Try to be inclusive in everything we do. It's not just about the teachers. It's not about, the staff, and the school is made up of everybody that's working together in the lives of the children. And sometimes I've seen a child gravitate to a cook or a janitor or an aide and really drop the wall and become friends with them. And conversation, and they speak so much love and truth into their lives, and it transforms. And so you don't have to be a teacher. I mean, you don't have to be, you just don't have to have those titles, guys. You are called, and because you're a child of God, that is all you need. That is all you need. He has appointed, He has anointed. And search yourself, see where your passions are. I mean, we're not all called to the same ministry, but if you're called to the one I just spoke about, please reach out, comment below, and I just can't wait to see what He's going to do in your life, in the life of all those who are attached to your name. So yeah, these are my 2 a.m. random thoughts. I can't sleep, and it's because I took a nap earlier. I got home from doing an in-service with some teachers. I was just tired, and I fell asleep, and the electric was off, so really wasn't anything to do. I mean, I was going to read, but I fell asleep. And then anytime I fall asleep and take a nap, you can forget me going to bed on time. I don't know if you're like that, but I'm no longer a night owl. I used to be able to stay up all night long. Can't do that anymore. I usually fall asleep around 11. But it's when I get that second wind from my naps that cause me not to be able to sleep. And so during that time, I just spend a lot of time with God and in prayer and just listening in stillness. And He speaks a lot to me. And so these are 2 a.m. random thoughts. And I hope, I don't know, something that I said might have inspired you or made you think a little different. So hope you're sleeping tight. Have a good day or good morning.